Welcome back, Hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to the Hunter Classic, where we're going to try to make up for last weekend, because last weekend was pretty bad, so we're going to be gearing ourselves a bit differently. I think it's pretty safe to say I should not be using the bow and arrows, because I'm not exactly doing very well in them in any regard, so we'll put all those away. I do want to keep the 303 with me. That is the... okay, that's crossbow scope. Yeah, so we'll put that on you. So we do have the 303. I want to bring along... is it this one? I think it's the pump action that... yeah, then we'll take the bird shot because you guys in the comments and that have been very helpful with, like, just showing me around a little bit, let's say, with how everything's kind of going. Equipment-wise is good there. Just want to check. Okay. Now let me just make sure that the pump action does have a good amount I can load in. It does. Okay, good, good. Yeah, so we'll take the 303, the pump action shotgun, and Danger Floof recommended the 300 for... ooh, the problem with that, though, is that I don't have a lot of, like, a capacity room left. It might be a bad idea... just trying to think if there's anything here I don't super need. Like, the elk calls I do want, the grunt calls I don't know if I have anything that would actually respond to the jackrabbit caller, so... I guess it doesn't really change all that much for, like, carrying capacity, does it? I've got a scent eliminator. I should probably look at maybe using that. And maybe take along a wind indicator, too. As for anything else... I mean, I do have some of the face paint, so I guess I can put that in as well. Just trying to think if there was any... maybe also throw in some camping supplies, just in case... I think that's about everything. So, I know Danger Floof recommended the 300 caliber bolt action rifle, but I'd like to get some use in of the 303. So I'm going to take that with the shotgun. And that's basically all you need for this map is like the 300 or the 303 and a shotgun. And the shotgun, that's just because that final animal for this map for Timbergold Trails is the ptarmigans. If you guys remember from, I think it was Heimdall, they're actually the little birds that flew at me and attacked me, kind of like that, so they should be pretty easy to deal with. And as you can see from the map, we're also kind of, sort of like a center location for the map, so the recommendation was to try going up north into the mountains. If I look at, like, here, I think it might be better... do I go right or do I go left? Like, left might get me right up into them sooner, but if I go right... and I actually reach here before, like, the end of the first episode, then I can go further up and in. So I might actually go right, which also would let me, like, hunt along the river a bit, and I think I could use that little bit of, like, a helping hand there. But yeah, we're going to try to well, not I need to redeem myself from last week, because that was atrocious hunting. If I'm going to do bow and arrow, I think it's something I have to really steadily play the Hunter Classic and get heavily back into that mindset with. But... to try and make up, I think just sticking to firearms, putting the 303 through some more paces and stuff like that should work out well. I think it also has a decent zoom on it. Oh, no, never mind, it doesn't have any zoom. Hint is right there. Yeah, you know what? I am going to see if I can bring along the 300. Because I think, again, if I do need the distance... as nice as this rifle is, it don't have a nice zoom to it. Okay, so... yeah, that's the 300. Okay, so exceeds capacity, so let me see... maybe I'll take out some of these things. Like, I don't think I need... maybe I don't need that much ammo. So if I do that... okay, that actually I think will work. So what... is that the 300 there? Yeah, it is. Okay, so... 2 of those... and if I'm lucky, I might be able to squeeze a scope on. Okay, so I think it's the 4x32 I need? Actually, no, I think I've been switching... oh, darn it, exceeds capacity. Okay, maybe the camping supplies can come out. And... okay, I think that will do it there. So I do want to try getting a little bit in with the 303, but I'm not going to try super long distance with it because, again, I still have no levels with, like, getting that up, and it's going to be wobbly and very hard to get a steady shot with. I just want to make sure, am I away from... Okay, I am away from there, so let me just see what happens. Like, how is this with the... Oh, that doesn't actually... So what scope is it that this takes, then? 4x32mm rifle scope black. Isn't that what this is? I guess 4-8. Oh, this is, again, where it can be a little confusing trying to get some of the correct loadouts at times when you're completely in-game. And, unfortunately, the inventory is also a bit of a wonky system to work with. Okay, so that one works. That one works. I think those are the only two that work. Oh no, I think it's this one I want to, yeah, toss that back in. Okay, we should be good there. And I am going to run for, like, the first little bit out for a while. Yeah, there's the proper zoom I want for it. Okay. So we'll just go for a little bit of jog, try to get out of the dead zone a little bit that starts when you first, like, spawn in. And I'm hoping because we're going to go along the river, it might be easy to spot some animals and get those distance shots I've been talking about. The ptarmigans, I'm guessing they're probably more up mountain areas, so it might not be a while until we might even encounter or hear them. I'm just hoping mostly to, again, just get a few animals in this episode. Try to get some easy hunts in. I also do have the e-collar with me, so we'll be able to try that out if we do hear any, like, wolf howls or wolf calls. And also puma calls, because one thing I did do was get... Oh, actually, speaking of calls... There we go. Okay. Now, it is just a mule deer, and we do have the river, like, before it would be, like, with us or on us, so this might actually work out okay. Oh, you know what? Because I do want to get this in some proper usage, maybe until I actually, like, might hear the ptarmigans, I'll stick to using the 303 for more, like, closer distance. Because I have a feeling I should be able to get this one a little bit better than I have for all of what I've been working up to, like, from last week. I think a little bit of last week might have been the terrain, because... the way, like, the mountains are, they can be a little hard seeing over, well, through all the foliage and that. But being alongside the river here, much better sighting chances. So I should be able to see it from afar. I just have to get into a position where I can stop and get a little bit of a good look. Having the river also is almost like a natural barrier will help too, because I don't know if they would actually come straight across, or they're more like specific areas. Probably it's more there's specific spots where the animals might try crossing over. I just want to give a little bit of a look in case. I don't hear anything. No, I think it was a very smart idea to come to the river. That's okay, yeah, we got a number of things actually making quite a bit of sound already. I do... Okay, so there is a elk carcass over there. Shoot. He was coming towards me, so he was probably on our side of the river and crossed over. Oh, actually, that's him there. Now, that was him. I'm not sure if you guys would have been able to see, like, the little bit of movement from him. But, okay, you know what? Let's switch gears. And we're in a decent enough spot where I feel like I can... Holy crap, he's close. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, there you are. See, I kind of just want to see him turn a bit. Looks like he is the only one here, but at least I can get one animal pretty soon into this hunt. I just need him to turn a bit. I don't usually like taking, like, the front end shots, but I might have to. Now, that should have been a long shot. So I will wait a moment or two before I go after him. And, oh, I wonder if maybe the shot actually even scared away the ravens from the carcass that was over there. Okay, I think that should be enough time to start, like, working towards him to see. So, again, I feel like that should have been a long shot from where I placed it, but we'll take a look at the actual tracks and see if it kind of is holding firm or not. Okay, see, with him in the water, I don't know if it would tell me, so I'll have to try to find... Lungheart. Perfect. Yeah, so he should be down just a little bit ahead here. That's one thing I'm also going to do, is just focus mostly on trying to get the lung and heart shots, or just the lung, sorry. If I was a better marksman, the heart would be much more efficient, because it basically goes down instantaneously, and there's no tracking or follow-up to do. So are these from where you came up, or is this... No, this is where you've been fleeing. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that's, like, too close to here. No, here you are. Yeah, so a little bit more... Not really too impressive from looks of things. Maybe 100... No, actually, 186 isn't too bad for... like what I first thought, and I thought maybe he'd be 150 or lower. Because it didn't look like he had, like, that many features to his antlers when we first spotted him across the river. It's just, of course, always trying to figure out where to grab to. There we go. I found trying to grab the antlers works best for, like, trying to position them for trophy shots. And I do have the full Trapper ensemble on right now. So, accept that. Yeah, not too bad. 30 GM's a nice little start to things. We will just put in the one round of ammo there. And we'll start working our way back. Maybe we'll go back across the... Or should I stick on this? Maybe I'll just follow along the water for a while. Like, I can always go back and forth as long as the river stays pretty shallow. And that is something that I didn't realize, is that the river is as shallow as it is. I thought this was going to have a few, like, deep pockets. So you couldn't just freely cross wherever you kind of want. Oh, hold on a moment. I see something up there. Oh, it's just a cow elk. But yeah, I think the river was the smart choice to go for. So much good, like, sighting lines and that. Anything I call in, as long as I'm sticking kind of close to the river, I should be able to pull out of the woods, and I can just kind of take a spot and wait for it. I think that's one of the things I always mistake is that, and I think I learned it earlier in the game, or earlier in the series, but I forgot about it when I was coming back to, after the Halloween event, is stick mostly to trails and roads and stuff like that. Pull them into your territory, don't go out into their territory. Because the only thing I really have to go off of is by hearing and sound. And I think they have hearing, sound, and scent. Oh? You're... Oh, you're being chased by some wolves. Maybe. Yeah, you two ran off this way, and there's nothing that really spooked you out. So you know what? Like, yeah, you two came out of... ma'am? Yeah, so it is the gray wolf going off. To me, it feels like they were running because maybe there were some wolves or something that's, like, are around in the area. So I'll keep this going for a little bit, but I'm also surprised, like, for the females, how dumb they are. Like, we literally saw, it was basically right on top of me. Oh, did it... So I'll just stay here for another moment or two. Because, again, the speed that they were moving in makes me think something, like, startled them, and it certainly wasn't me. It was almost like they were coming to me for protection, or the one was trying to use me as a meat shield. Yes, you know what? I'm going to keep my eyes open. I don't think there's anything, like, really around that I might scare if I do stand up. I thought maybe I would have seen the wolves coming in from that interaction, but just in case, I'm going to stay low for a while, maybe until I get to that tower. That might be a good way to just get a bearing on what's going on around here, because, again, it's pretty weird to have had the two come rushing out like that. And then we still have her who's completely calm and doesn't really care. And then I also don't know if that, the mule deer is that far off or not. Like, I know it did flee off from the first time because it was crossing the water and I startled it. That was bad on me. But I don't know if it was within range for that gunshot I took on the elk to also scare it, or it was already out of range from running away. But we'll just kind of approach slowly, keep our eyes open. Yeah, she's pretty calm without any cares in the world. I don't hear the ravens anymore from, like, the wolf carcass, or from the elk carcass that's probably sitting around somewhere. I can only guess they got startled away because of the shot I took, too. Yeah, I'm going to stand up and walk for a little bit. That's what I want to hear. Okay, where are you guys? So, the tower... I think I'm going to actually use the tower for the first time in the series. Or at least use it a little bit more effectively. So they're probably still a little ways off, so what I should be able to do is set up the e-collar, trigger it for the wolves, and that can draw them in. Then I can have a little bit of a better angle on them. No? Okay, so it looks like there's a wolf... Oh, I don't know if they'll be able to, like, be drawn in because of the carcass there or not, but... Let me see where I can exactly place this. Because it has a lot of... Does not want to... I guess maybe it can't be too close to a structure or something. Okay, really? We should be... Yeah, that should be far enough away for that. No? No? Okay, right there. We let that go off for a while. Now we'll pop into here. Oh, I see movement up there. So it does look like they are just playing around, but they aren't... it doesn't seem like they want to come in. I don't know if they're... I don't know what the heck's going on with them. It's almost like they don't even know what they want to do. Oh, but... Okay, so that's the carcass. See, I thought they would have been a little bit more drawn in. But it does not seem to be the case, does it? I don't know if I'd be set enough to be able to get a shot off at one of them or not. Oh, there we go. We got somebody starting to come in. Okay, so that is a male wolf. That'd probably be the best option to go for. Yeah, the other two aren't coming in. I just want to see... Oh yeah, I'd probably want to stick... At this distance, I'll want to use the 300. Oh, well, there's an objective completed. Yeah, I'm just going to go for that because I think we've had enough time of me just, like, trying and failing. That should probably send the other two... Yeah, I don't see the other two at all, so they're probably well off and gone. Okay, let's get down out of here, go collect our wolf. And we can say we've already surpassed what I did in all of last weekend. Oh, I was horrible last weekend. Okay, so how close do I gotta be? Okay, let's pick you up. And let's go see about this guy. I mean, we didn't exactly cover that much distance so far, but I do still have some time as well to go. But the river seems to have been the good choice. Definitely the good choice. So all things considered with the 30... I guess the 303 is... I gotta think of like a short range to medium range rifle. And the 300 can be any range, really, with the scope that's on it. But out of the entire pack, it seemed like only this one was, like, coming in towards us. Okay, so maybe there will be a little bit of a difficulty crossing the river in some spots. Because you can't really swim in the game. So you almost have to, like, go until you'll hit, like, these invisible walls of sorts. Oh, I think he's kind of smiling. Let's go take a look at our first wolf. There you are. Yeah, right through. Only one lung. I thought maybe it would have gotten two, but I guess maybe not. And we'll just do a quick little... see if we can even, like, turn his head up a bit. I guess a bit like that. Okay, how much? 28. So, not quite as good as the elk was from earlier, but again, it's actually tangible success. I've managed to get some animals. And I did put the tower to a little bit of use, so my hunting practices have improved a bit. I don't want to pat myself too much on the back, because last weekend is easily a way to humble myself to how bad I truly can be. But, I mean, I have at least overcome a little bit of the curse of sorts. We've gotten progress done. And we still got distance we can cover, too. want to keep a... Oh, yeah, there is another wolf up there. I'm kind of tempted to try another one with, like, the 300 here, but... Oh, yeah, see, foliage is... That's one thing I've really found, too, for, like, hunting on some maps, is... Depending on the grass, it can be very hard just to get a good shooting position, like, in full prone. I could try calling it in using the E-collar, but I might just start covering a bit of distance first. Although, I mean, these hills are actually decent enough. I'm kind of surprised. I guess the hunting tower gave a lot of help to, like, how to steady your aim. Being outside of it, even completely crouched down, you can see that, like, it's moving a lot on its own there. You can see that. But he's not looking our way. If he does... No, okay, so it looks like he's going to keep going that direction. So we'll just continue along the river here. See what else we can find, hear what else might call out. Oh, I wonder if this is one of the wolf track. Yeah, that was one of the wolf... Oh, chasing, so... I don't know if that was, like, one of the pack, or that was something, like, from a way different time, because I don't think... Maybe it was from the pack. Maybe that's what all that behavior was, and just because they were, like, in the river of sorts... It messed with, like, the wolf AI a little bit. We'll still be cautious. I would still like to get more use into the 303 since I did buy it and everything, but... It all depends on what we come across, really. Yeah, so there's another tower there. I think for the... Yeah, it's not the entire river, but along this area, there's quite a few towers, so... I think this was an area that when I was playing on Timbergold before I took that break and then started the series, this was an area I often come to because you did have such good sighting opportunities that just made hunting pretty easy. And we'll just take a little look ahead. I don't know if that wolf would still be somewhere like we can see or not. I'm not even sure... I'm not too sure about, like, the direction it would have taken now. Oh, actually, yeah, it's right over there. I think that I actually got him. I didn't like how he was, like, turning away, but I figured that's kind of something I would like to see almost, too, is, like, a little breath gauge, so that way you know how long you have before your aim... No, really? Okay, that's a little bit too deep there, so I can't actually cross there. Can I cross here? See, it looks like you should be able to, but... I kind of miss carnivores in some regards. If there was water, all you had to do was basically just, like, swim through it. I don't actually know where I'll be able to cross. Okay, I gotta go for a little bit of a jog, it seems. Then hopefully up here's a crossing point. A little bit of sandbar, but I don't think it's shallow enough. Oh, no, maybe it is. Okay, so it was, I think, just back behind some of the trees around here. Again, just because I took the shot, I'm kind of confident that anything else around it's scared off, so I can easily go and get it. Let's just kind of get over here. I remember, it seemed like he was kind of close to the trail. So was it oh, I think over here maybe. Oh, I think that is him right there. That's a solid... Oh, actually, he might have been... Yeah, he was farther than I thought he was. But we got him. Oh, that's really nice to see after last weekend. So, are you a male or a female? I didn't actually check. Female. And you are 14, so a little bit lesser than the other wolf we had gotten. And we will take a pic of this guy, or this girl. There we are. Accept that. Still got the 20 GM, so not too much, but still a nice little bit. Okay, and we'll probably end this episode here, just, again, because of the timing of things. But at least we got some success, and we got to try out a few things, like the e-collar, the tower, and we did use the 303 for another elk, so we got a little bit of variety. So thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of the Hunter Classic. We've got one more of Timbergold Trails to do, and then we'll see what the results of the votes are, but it's looking like it'll be Pick Bean Bay for next week. If you guys did enjoy the video, though, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave the comments right down below. Until I do catch you in the next video or episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.